Hey, everybody. Hello. My name is Terry, and today we have Cindy with us, Midlife Psychic. So, Cindy, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for having me on the show. It's great to see you.
Thanks. Great to see you again. So, Cindy, for you who may not know her yet, and I'm saying yet because you will know her soon, has a great show on Midlife Psychic. And you do so many different things on there.
Yeah, I kind of I dabble in whatever I find interesting at the time, and everything from working on making videos that relay a message, kind of a little bit of a spiritual storytelling on a variety of topics. And so I guess it's hard to say I fit one category. I just try to make it interesting and engaging. And I work with my daughter, who's a really good film student and editor, and so we have a lot of fun. It's a creative, spiritual process.
Oh, good. Yeah. It's really fun to see you and how well your channel is doing because it just came out running.
Thank
Um, so Cindy, I wanna say she was, herding sloths. All of us a great community of people that I knew from, Kim and Debbie's classes, Debbie Freebird and Kim and Intuitive You. And so, so you were in the background, but you were really important in all that. And she would get all of us together and you would structure these practice sessions.
Yeah, you know what? I really enjoyed doing that because not only were we all learning together, but we were growing together, and I got to try out some, let's try this and let's do that. And the nice thing about it is I think everybody went with those things that pushed us all a little, was like, wow, I'm good at this. I can do this. And I think that is a message for even people in watching now. If you're drawn to it and you're interested in it, and you have a little bit of a willingness to take that leap of faith, that fool card that's taking the leap of off the cliff, you're not going to fall. You're going to be able to probably really enjoy it. And it was nice to have that support group, and it was fun. We had a lot of fun too.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and you're incredibly intuitive as well.
Thank
So
you
that helps out a lot. And I've watched your work and you're just amazing. And the way you
so
read the
much.
runes and everything. And you always came at things like it kind of reminds me a little bit of Kim at Intuitive You, which she has a background in education and she worked with children. And you come at things with that creativity of working with children, I feel like, which is, I like that because I like to be a big kid. So I want to say hi to a few people that are here. Annie, peace, love. Hey, howdy, howdy. Bernadette, I have your question. And anybody else that's out there, hey, hey, hey. So please like and subscribe if you get a chance. And particularly, Cindy's channel is listed in the description. So please go over there and subscribe to her channel as well. Um, so we were going to talk about the equinox today, even
Yeah.
though it's the end of the equinox, but you can go about 3 days on either side, I believe. So yeah.
Well, what was really interesting is when we were talking about it, I thought, I really have never looked into the equinox and spring equinox. And I thought it's a good topic for me to learn more on. And I was surprised at what kind of a pivotal event this is, especially for the energy right now. And the more I did research on it, the more I could see that, that fire horse energy that kind of came in with the Chinese New Year,
Yeah.
that I feel like the spring equinox is where we shift from that what is it, the yin into the yang.
Hmm.
And the yin was more of that inward, and the yang is now that outward. I feel like we're going into that fire horse yang of action, and the things that we've been thinking about doing. Oh, I'm getting chills. The things we've been thinking about doing, it's now the energy of do it. Like we were talking about, that the fool card, taking the leap, because you're supported now. There's a new, and I'm seeing these swirls of energetic field that is coming in to assist us. And I feel there's a draw to creativity and being more, putting yourself more out there. So I think that I was pleasantly surprised by what I saw in that. And I am thinking that a lot of people are probably going to start saying, you know what, I'm going to take that class, or I'm going to join that group, or I'm going to paint that painting. And it's really, it kind of, all those seeds that were planted are now going to be starting to bloom. So I think it's a great energy to focus on. And it's really like, go, do, grow, I am, boom.
I love that. I love that you said the I am too. Yeah, because we are changing our stories, aren't we, right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that equinox energy coming in. I feel like the beginning of the year and the energy that came in too was like that inertia, that circle that goes round and round when you're trying to download something. And it's like there was so much to take in, so much information coming in, and so much chaos and change, kind of like that fire horse energy coming in, that just created a big boom. And so now we can take that energy and manifest with it and create abundance. And Annie was just on the channel a half hour ago or an hour ago, and Annie Bear, Seven Feather, and we were talking about that too. That it's almost like we're doulas, birth doulas and transformation doulas, and bringing in the change of the new planet right now. And I like that because it does take in the light and the dark, the yin and the yang, the shadow and the sun. So,
And I'm looking here because Bernadette is painting right now. And so
oh,
we expect great results because we're bringing in that that energy right now. She's painting. So yeah, so it feels like a more hopeful, um, hopeful shift, like with the hope of spring too.
yeah, I do feel like we're kind of being called to find our joy and our dharma right now, like
Hmm.
what we're called to do and what gives us the most grace inside us, or the most excitement, right? Like being a little kid again. So I love that you're here, what you're doing right now.
And you know that there's another part of it too that I feel like I could probably need to listen to this too, is that last bit of spring cleaning.
Oh my God.
Like if there's, like, I feel like not only is it for my house, but any of that last tidbits of this, that shadow work, that you're like, okay, I've got one more round to get this, move on or whatever, that right now is ideal. And because once you clean it out, you have this space for all the new growth. And, like I said, I was looking at my living room and I thought it's time to spring clean, but it's also an internal message too. I think of anything else, it's kind of like the last bits of it can go now.
Yeah. Yeah. The things that we've been holding on to, the
Mhm.
story changes. Yeah. I'm getting ready to go on a trip. And I was thinking, oh, I have to go shopping. I have to go get this. I have to go get that. And then I thought, girl, your closet is stuffed. You can't get another thing in there. And today, as I was getting ready, I was like, I found a shirt that I forgot about. And I didn't wear all winter. And I was like, oh, that's one of my favorite shirts. And I thought it is time to just get rid of
Yeah.
everything and get a very small wardrobe.
And I think that whole feeling too of, I don't need any more stuff. And I went shopping, and like you, I went shopping in my own closet the other day and I thought, this is a great shirt, but I had so much clutter that I didn't see it. And that is really a metaphor, I think, for sometimes we're so cluttered with these outside things that we don't see. Right in here, there's this really great thing that wants to be shown again. And yeah, I think there's this steering away from wanting more stuff.
Yeah. Right. So what brings you joy?
Creativity. being creative and creating videos for everybody who wants to see them, and creating it with my daughter, and you know, knowing that people that are watching it, hopefully they find it helpful and uplifting. My goal is always for it to be uplifting. I mean, we live in the real world, so we can't stick our head in the sand, but we can shift the narrative and say, we live in the real world. We came here to experience something individually and collectively. So some of this collective stuff we're just going to have to do. You know? But what do we focus on while we're doing that? How do we grow for those individual experiences that we wanted to have, and inspiring each other? And so I think a lot of times, you know, we can all reach out to each other on those days where we're like, today's a little heavier, and, you know, watch one of your videos and go, okay, now I feel better. Or, you know, I need a little break and watch one of the little mini movie videos that maybe I create and go, okay, that was a nice break, or whatever. I think that's what we're here to do. And it's funny because it's 11:11 here as I'm saying that. So
it's 1:11 here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
That's the part of community that I think that I really has been a big part of my path, is creating community.
Did you have this before COVID or the pandemic? Because I really can't say that I did in this way. I mean, I had it in when my kids were in school, there was a great community there, right? Because you have that if you have children, and you get involved with everything that they're doing. But then it, work life, you've got that. But then it seems like when the pandemic hit, that's when I found YouTube, and that's when I kind of found this community,
Yeah.
which was a huge boon.
It really was. And it was one of those, I mean, I guess in hindsight, if you look back and say there's from where we're sitting now,
Yeah.
there was really positive things that came out of it. Just like I feel in 5 years from now, we're going to look back at this time, and I know everybody's going to probably start throwing things at the screen, but go, okay, while we were going through this turbulence, I discovered this about myself, or I discovered this community, or I discovered I'm stronger than I thought I was, or I discovered I couldn't afford the gardener, so I started gardening, and I discovered I love it. You know, there will be things that come out of it that we'll look back on, I think, in the same way we look back on some of the positives that came from the pandemic, and go, one of the things I think that always comes back around is when the going gets tough, the tough go to community. And so I think you're seeing another building of community again. And I do an intention setting once a month where everybody's invited from the community to come in and set an intention for what we want to see in the world. And we put it out as a group. And that is really powerful. And who knows, we may never have done that if it weren't such turbulent times. So
Wow.
I guess that's as much as the glass can be half full,
Yeah. That's powerful. They say we're more than one gather. And I know that was part of Meditation Tribe. It was the community and the group, and the power of meditation, and getting all that energy together was phenomenal. So yeah, it's big stuff, really big stuff. I do feel like you're right. I feel like all this chaos that's going on, we're really finding out what we don't want anymore.
Mhm.
And then some people haven't known that, probably because either the constructs of society, like being fearful about what's going to happen,
Right.
which is totally acceptable, to be fearful and to process that fear, and then to go into love and find out what you do love
Mhm.
at the same time. But a lot of us get stuck in that inertia, and I feel like I know I've got friends, and I certainly have a lot of friends that had gone into that, and family members, some of them too, that went into that inertia of not being able to move forward when things were going on. But like you said, I think now is the time, with the year of the horse.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think so. I think we're gonna. it's still going to be challenging for sure, but I think there's a more supportive external movement. If that's what people are drawn to, like maybe I'll go out and do this. And I know a lot of times when this energy happens, it's been the inward, but I'm feeling a little more of the outward push now too.
Yeah, that's interesting. I do feel like also that more of us are going into community. Well, and some of us, this is our community, and that's excellent to have that. But as well, if there's any way possible to find a neighbor or somebody in your area too that you can be friendly with, and that way, if say something goes down with information, not just information coming in. Well, I don't know why they said that, but that quote.
Information.
Anyway,
Trying to get some information.
yeah. And so information coming in, but also like if we have rolling grid outages or perhaps or something like that this summer. So, and Annie Bear says this is what change looks like. Thank you, Annie. I love that.
Yeah. And I've noticed lately on our neighborhood apps, like over this summer, I had way too many tomatoes. And so I just posted, I have extra. Anybody want tomatoes? Because there were so many of them. I was like, no more tomatoes, but they all come at once. And so I had somebody go, yeah, I could use tomatoes. And I noticed more and more of people just going, I have extra. And that not only helps you engage with your neighbor, you're not wasting, and you're creating community. And if we weren't in this time where it's a little more financially challenging, maybe people wouldn't say, yeah, can I come over and pick up tomatoes? And then you meet somebody that you didn't know before. So there is a lot of opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah. Lots of opportunity. So finding those opportunities, like sometimes we get mired in the illusion, and it is an illusion of life when we're here in the 3D, I believe, of looking at things and not seeing those opportunities easily.
Yeah.
And I feel like part of this has to do with crystalline energy that's coming in from the fifth dimension, but also from, you can say from whatever you want, the year of the horse or whatever, but the energy is definitely changing, the light. And as we walk into that light, I think we're going to see more and more opportunities available to us. But we're also, interestingly enough, seeing more and more darkness.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you help people with that?
Oh, with the kind of that yin and the yang thing, right? The dark and the light.
Yeah.
I think acknowledging it, looking at it, saying it's there. I see it. I see what it triggers in me. Why am I triggered by this person or this event? How does that relate to my personal journey? I see it, I acknowledge it, I work through it, and then I am going to release it. And I have this visualization that I saw the other day where you're not rejecting it, you're accepting it, you're transforming it, and you're releasing it up to the universe. And it becomes something different, like sparkles. You give it to the universe to transmute into something else. There's something really powerful about the acknowledgement, the processing, and the releasing. And we're going to need it, especially, coming up here. The energies are going to become more challenging before they get better. But I think a lot of times we think, oh, I shouldn't say that I'm feeling this is triggering me, or I'm feeling heavy, or no, it's okay. It's part of the human experience. But I think the important part is, why does it trigger me? What is the underlying thing that I'm supposed to look at? And I think we have a lot of players out on the field right now that make triggers available to everybody. There's so many.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Any trigger you want, they're out there.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at, like, there's certain individuals that trigger me more than others. And I think, ooh, I think that goes back to childhood. Ooh, I think that goes back to something that happened in the workplace. Ooh, I think this goes back to how I feel that, my body should look a certain way and it doesn't, or that my you know, what is valued of me is not who I am, but something external. And it's when you start looking at all of that, that it stops triggering you.
I love that. Yeah, curiosity.
Yeah, why am I triggered by that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
So enjoy all the triggers that are out there, because there are plenty.
There are, and it's important to process them, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I do some guided meditations here in Kansas City at a yoga studio on a regular basis, and workshops there. And I've incorporated primal screams into some of these meditations,
Yeah, I love that. Yeah,
and that part's been pretty popular.
yeah.
But a good primal scream to release. What else do you tell people to do to help release?
I think acknowledging, accepting, and processing is different than being absorbed by it or admired in it. And it's really hard because, um, there's, if you want to find something negative to watch, it's everywhere. So in the morning, I just get my cup of coffee or whatever that I'm having, and I just say, universe, before I head out into the muck that is available out there, and you can't totally avoid it. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from higher self. I want to hear from spirit, source, whatever you want to say. I want to hear what my soul wants to tell me today. And just 5 minutes. What do you want to tell me today? What do I need to know today? What do I need to focus on today? Just taking that out helps. And I think sometimes people feel like it's got to be like this really, oh, I didn't meditate for 3 hours, so it's not sufficient. No, that's sufficient. Just connecting. Don't put more pressure on yourself. However you connect. And if you love 3-hour meditations, that's awesome. If one day you can't, that's fine. Just connect. But it takes control of the narrative for the day and says, okay, I'm heading in. I'm heading into the energy, but I'm taking this with me. I have this little bit of a shield with me.
Yeah. Love that. That connection first thing in the morning and right before we go to bed, really connecting to the subconscious is
Yeah.
so important. So I'm glad you mentioned that. And I went out, I think it was yesterday morning at sunrise with my dog on the back deck. And I'm sitting out there and I'm like, all of a sudden I looked around me at all the beautiful birds singing and everything going on and the sunrise and the beautiful colors. And I thought, this is joy. This is like one of those special moments that you don't always notice, but they're always around us, right?
Yeah.
If we look.
Sunsets too. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. It's that in between is important. It seems like it's such a magical time, but I feel like there's always something special going on around us that we don't always see.
Yeah. And just taking it's almost like that. I'm keep going back to the yin and the yang, giving equal time to the positive that we do the negative. And that takes real effort, because it's so much easier to find negative than it is to find positive. So it's almost like the treasure hunt for the positive, where all you have to do is turn on any kind of media source to find your negative, right? So, but yeah, there's some days that are better than others, and we're just human, and that's part of the process, and not being too hard on ourselves and just saying, hey, I did great today, or tomorrow I'm going to do a little better. Those are all good things to look at it just like seeds of growth. Today I did better. I didn't turn on the TV until 5, that type of thing.
Yeah, that's great. Well, and I love what you said about seeds of growth, because that's really important. With all this energy coming in right now of all the, things that are going on, people are fearful, and there's chaos all over the planet in different ways. Some of it's political, some of it's war, some of it's illness, people not having a job, and fearful about that. So it's It's totally, um, you know, okay for people to feel that fear with all that going on and watch it. But at the same time, as all this chaos erupts in these little bursts of energy here and there, there's so much energy that we can use for good
Yeah.
and turn the dial. So I feel like, my spirit showed me that, like, when I was a little kid, that I could turn the dial if
Mhm.
somebody came in and it didn't look safe, like, it didn't feel safe in my heart. So I think having whatever you can use to turn the dial is important right now.
Yeah. Did you want to read on that at all about the energy or
Oh, yeah, we could.
yeah, I mean it's up
Let's
to, it
we
seems
could.
like,
We've got some I've got some, people starred here too,
oh,
so
okay. You want to do some,
yeah,
yeah.
Wisdom and Janet. Yeah, let me know if anybody wants to have a reading today because 'cause we're gonna do some readings too. So, what are
Yeah.
we reading on?
Oh, we can take the questions first, and then maybe at the end if you want to read on the energy and how to navigate through the next month, maybe. I don't know. Just a
Oh,
little,
okay.
yeah. But yeah,
Okay.
if you have questions, I'm happy to do those, whatever you prefer.
Okay. Let me pull some up here. Let's see. My clicker's not clicking very well today. I don't know why. Oh, it is. It did. Bernadette. Hey, Bernadette. Messages from spirit about a vision I had with a man apologizing. Ooh. Bernadette, is this somebody that you knew, dear? That you know from your past? Because it feels like they knew you. I don't know if it was in this lifetime or not. Hey, Bernadette. And did you get a new picture? That's beautiful.
Let's see.
Oh, you don't know if you knew them? You're not sure. Okay.
All right. So, messages from spirit about a vision I had with a man. You know, the first thing I'm hearing, Terry, is ancestral.
Oh. Bernadette, do you have somebody in your family or somebody in your past that was a musician or had something to do with music? And it doesn't have to be music, but I got harmony and music. So something about that. I get this is about your freedom. So it and it looks like this angel is cutting ties, perhaps, with all these things around her, all these little beings that are coming in. And there are other angels, but that's okay. So totally rocking her freedom or their freedom. I got the music card. So I do feel like you might be playing a new song. You need help identifying who it was. There was a room full of dead people. He said he was sorry and he was crying. Did somebody hasten their passing, Bernadette? Oh, and you like to sing, so that's what they were talking about. They like hearing you sing, Bernadette. Did somebody go out really quickly and not have a chance to say goodbye? Because they're like I feel like they're a guide now. They're giving you lots of blessings. Go ahead.
Okay. So, Bernadette, I feel like intuitively, if you lean into your intuition, you know who this is.
She
You're,
says her dad was the
oh,
one that
okay.
was coming
All right.
out. Yeah.
Because there was some conflict
Mhm.
that you had, but I feel like when I got that message about, ancestral, I feel like it's an energy that was handed down through the family. Like our parents learned how to be parents through their parents, who from their parent. You know what I mean? Some of the ways that our parents parent or we parent, we may look back on and go, "Oh, I was really too hard on you because my dad was always hard on me, and that's how I." So I feel like there's an acknowledgement of that's the way I thought it was supposed to be. Um, and I feel that your dad is working on this right now. He's working through this on the other side, and he's trying to make amends a little bit, maybe get messages to you because he wants to end this cycle. He'd like to end this
Oh.
cycle for you and your family and the family going forward. So I think that's, but the last card I got for you is discernment. Just lean into, discern what you feel is right from that message. And if you feel that is him, then you are most likely right.
Yeah. So somebody's there, Bernadette, with the letter J, like Joe or something. And he's also talking about his voice. He was not a nice human. I grew up in a toxic environment. I was born on this street. Oh, my mom was fleeing from him. He beat my mother, smoked and drank. I do have father wounds. I hate and love him. Yeah. Bless you, honey. Yeah, he is pointing out his throat chakra and the way he spoke. But the way he spoke to himself was even worse, if that makes sense. So I think that's part of why they love hearing your voice, Spirit, because you're singing and you're using your voice in a new way. You're healing the ancestral wounds. So so that father wound that comes in, interesting. He's talking about the element of air or spirit is. It doesn't have to be them that are saying that. But I do feel like you have a medicine that you're working with, and that medicine is an energy. It's not like something that you take. And what you've been doing has just been incredible, and it's changing the energy of the family. So he was weeping in the visions. I asked him, "Are you dead?" He said, "Yes." Yeah, he's either he might be half and half. So I don't know if you're in contact with them. I know you don't know who they are, but I think you said you didn't know who they were, but I feel like I don't know. I don't know if he's all the way gone from the planet, dear. So he might still be here, but not in the physical, not solidly in the physical, if that makes sense. Either he's quite ill or he's just left. Do you have anything to add, Cindy?
So I got the card boundaries.
Mhm.
And I feel there was two messages with that. That he had boundary issues, but he also is pointing out that your focus on creating good boundaries is really important in this lifetime. And there's an acknowledgement that you're aware of it and you're working on it. And that what you saw, again, this goes back to this ancestral thing about the boundaries maybe that you would have, if your mom had had some different boundaries, maybe there would have been something different that came from it. That the benefit to you is being aware that boundaries are important. When you see a certain behavior, you're going to say, oh, that's a boundary. But I really do feel like this, to me, all the cards that I saw was, this is an opportunity to work through some of this, not only for him, but for you too.
Yeah. Love that. She says, I can feel spirits breathing down my neck all the time. Yeah. So, and she, when you pulled boundaries when she said this. So I feel like that goes for that as well, Bernadette. That was the perfect time for that. And that throat chakra that I was feeling is also for you then. And if you don't want that, you can say, not here, not now, not ever. So you don't have to allow that feeling. I do feel like it's also your guides that are working for you here, honey. So have a talk with them and feel free to email me, Bernadette. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next we have, okay, Annie Bear is saying, Kelly Healer has a show today. a little interruption here for our dear friend Kelly on learning energies in your home at noon today. Honey, Bernadette, I want you over there next if you got time. All right. Okay, and peace love. Are you still here, peace love? Let us know. We can just go to Peekaboo and then we'll come back to you, peace love, if you show up. One night I was crying in despair when I turned to the side and saw an entity rush towards me. In an instant, I heard sing. I sang loudly, and that raised my vibration enough to save me. Ooh, is that entity still around me? When did this happen, Peekaboo? Was this recently? About a month ago. I think I feel like it was kind of, oh yeah, Annie versus vampire like energies suck. This is interesting. It feels like it was a trickster spirit. So they show me boxes so often, and this one has a little like clown face on it. So I do feel like it was something. Let me see. You're not sure why you guys are not getting my chat. I will restart your phone. Yeah. Sorry about that, dear. So, peace, love. We'll get you next, dear. So, I love that.
There you go. Spirit speaks.
You go ahead. I'm going to pull some cards on this too.
Okay. So Peekaboo. I want to start with my Oracle deck. And the card here is attraction. We can set an intention to what we attract to us and what we say is not allowed. And I think what's really interesting is this person is, you can see they almost have like this cloud around them. Like if there's an energy around you that is bothersome, you just say like what Terry just said a minute ago, oh, no, thank you. The door's over there. And if you can't find it, I will have my spirit team help escort you out. Because we really are in more control than we think. I know sometimes we think that these energies, they can come at us and whatever. And, maybe they are, because I do think it's like something that's trying to be, this is an illusion, delusion. I do get a little bit of this, devil energy, prankster spirit involved with it. But then again, I see you putting up these boundaries around you saying, and here's a candle and everything. And you're saying, nope. And if you don't want that entity around you, you say, I don't want you around me. And then at night, what I find is helpful sometimes when you have a really heavy day is you can go to bed and say, I take this moment to release any energies that are not mine and do not serve me. I clear this space, and so it is. And if that's your intention, you don't want them there, they're gone. At least that's my impression of it. But I kind of feel like, put those boundaries up. Just say, hey, you know, that was fun. I'll share one thing that happened. It was when I was doing some mediumship. And one night I woke up in the middle of the night and this energy, I thought it was being playful, like prankster, turned on the hall light. And I'm like, okay, we're closed for business. Go home. No, not right now. And then the next night it happened again. I'm like, okay, now it was fun. The door, this is not good though. It's making me not be able to sleep. So I'm going to ask you to leave. I release this energy around me. And if you can't find the door, I can have someone escort you out. And it stopped. So we have the control if we take it.
I love that. Yeah. So I got the key. So I do feel like they came in through the door. Like you were saying, Cindy, it was like they were just trying things out. Like they were walking by, they saw your light. You've put up the boundary now, so you're fine. They're going to take care of that. But I do want you to do a little bit of extra protection. I also got protection in. So I love what Cindy was saying about at night calling in spirit and just saying, I don't want anything that came with me here that doesn't belong here, protection all around me. But there's a few things that you can do too. You can cleanse the room. And I do this, I walk around like before I do a workshop or something, or a guided meditation in person, and throughout the house, I go through and I just cleanse the room and the whole house sometimes. The other thing that you can do if you're still feeling worried about it is leave like a book that's sacred to you, Peekaboo, like whether that's a Bible or Bhagavad Gita or a, Quran, whatever it is, just leave that open to a page and put that out there. But you've got a lot of courage and you're going to be fine. And I do think that they were like the house that I grew up in had I think we were on a ley line, and we lived on a dead end, and we had woods behind us and a cornfield next to us. And I'd always look out the screen door and see entities staring in at me. And, at first when I saw them, I'd start screaming, and then I got used to them and I just knew that they were walking by. But yeah, it can be pretty interesting. Oh, you did St. Michael and Metatron to escort it out. Then this is quite interesting because I feel like we were talking about being doulas of Earth and birth doulas and transition doulas. And that's being a transition doula also to do that, Peekaboo. So you might look at Archangel Azrael as well. And I feel like a lot of us are escorting out old energy at this time and entities as well. So that's beautiful. Do you want to add anything for it?
Oh, no, I think that's perfect. Yeah.
Okay. Annie asks for protection every night. That's great. Love that. Okay. And we're going to get back to peace, love. Thanks for waiting. And she wants they want a general reading today. Peace, love, are you going on a trip? Or making a change? Hi, Pamela. Pam. Go ahead, Cindy, whenever you're ready. Oh, I'm sorry.
So Peace Love, first of all, I can feel that you're an intuitive person. That comes out really strong right away. I also saw you working with your hands, making something. And it's funny because the next card that came up was, I look at this as the exchange of products for money, or I feel like you're working on something, I don't know, maybe to sell or to something. Because I also get the beauty card. Like you're really attracted to things that are beautiful or making things that are beautiful. Wherever this trip you're going to go, it's probably going to be someplace where you're going to observe beauty. So you're really motivated by making beautiful things, being involved with beautiful things. But I feel like there's a business opportunity with it. And it's something that you haven't, like, you may have this inkling, like, do you think I could make money doing this? Do you think people would buy this? Do you think that maybe I could work with somebody with this? So it's just maybe starting to hit your radar. So I think intuitively you're already kind of maybe thinking it, but that maybe you're like, oh, I just don't know, because I got growth. Whatever that it is that you're focusing on, it will be a growth opportunity for you.
Nice. Yeah. So something about the time too, the timing, and I got 12, 12:33, 12:35, somewhere in there coming in. And I don't know what that's about, those numbers. So you might know those numbers. And 12:33 would be a 6, an 8, and a 9. So, and that might be the end of something. 9 is always the end. So that might be the end of a sequence or something. But I also feel like this retreat, this vacation is going to be quite relaxing. And you were talking about something creative coming out of this, Cindy. And I feel like this might even be finding a place where you guys might want to move, because you're going there with your kids. And something about forgiveness. So are you going back to a place that you used to live? Maybe that's it. So anyway, maybe you'll be letting go of something from childhood, because you're going to be playing like a child with your kids. But I don't know who's on the other side, if it's your mom or your grandma, but you've got a female there that's really connected with this and bringing you a lot of energy for it, dear. So somebody on the other side. And they're talking about an S. Yeah, it's an S in the name, perhaps. Nobody on the other side. Okay. Well, somebody with an S. And this could be somebody on your team. So, yeah. All right. Gotcha, Gloria. And then we'll get Gray. Gray. Okay. Sorry, I'm so late. Speaking of protection, feeling my team's diminished. A quick read. Hi, Gray. How are you?
So the part of the question is what's in parentheses too.
Oh,
speaking of, I feel like, oh, okay. It's just like, it's a comment. Okay, I got it. From Gray.
yeah. Oh, it's your grandma. Oh, no, for going back where you used to live. Yeah, peace, love. Yeah, it's your grandma watching out for you, honey. It might be that this is a place that feels like home then. So.
Okay, so Gray.
Gray, what's going on with your heart, girl? Go ahead whenever you're ready, Cindy.
Well, the first thing when I was connecting, I felt animals around Gray.
Oh, nice.
So there's a combination of things that I'm getting. I got 2 pentacle cards. And so I feel like there is some thought about money. But I also see this bird here, and I keep getting drawn to animals. So I'm going to say that part of this is a grounding message too. That pentacles are earth energies. Going out into the yard or outside, looking at the wildlife, looking at the things growing in the tree right now. We have, flowers and fruits are blooming. I feel there's a concern here, and it could be finances, because the more that you go inward and you release that and you say to yourself, I'm going to be okay. Things always work out for me. I'm going to let that go. That then you find this more higher vibrational energy that you'll be sitting in. So it's kind of a big read. It's like it is a general read, and then the oracle card I got was beginnings, because you'll start seeing some pathways open, some new beginnings. So that's what I get for gray.
What was that? Not the last card, but the card right before it.
Oh, this is a Hierophant, but in this deck, it's a very spiritual looking path.
Yeah, it reminds me of a temple in Kalanchok that's for Kali Ma, and part of Durga Ma. So, which makes a lot of sense for you, Gray, because you got that power too. So I got that surrender and release. There's something that you're still letting go of, or you're still holding on to, that you might have been carrying for a while. And in your heart, like, oh, lots of love to you there. So just a heaviness there that you're carrying. So I do feel like you've been talking to your guides and they're listening. I don't know if you can see that very well. And something about your soulmate, and I'm getting that this soulmate might be on the other side today. And they're working with you too. So I do feel like things are coming around. It's just letting go of something. And we're all kind of letting go of a lot right now. So it's very timely, spring equinox, to release and let go. So I could take that too, dear. So lots of love to you. I don't know who it is on the other side that's coming in, but it's interesting that there's so many people on the other side coming in for all of us today. So that's a real treasure and joy.
Yeah, and if you have a pet, maybe there's a message to, when the days are tough, cuddle the pet. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Cuddle the pet and watch something. Pretty cards. Yes. Trying to ID the person. Yeah. Yeah, I am too. I feel like there's somebody that was related to you, dear. So somebody you knew quite well. Okay, Denise, I did miss you. I'm sorry, dear. And then that'll be the last one today.
Okay.
So, I can't. It's a general read for Denise. Peekaboo wants to know which decks we're using.
Oh, okay. I am using the Queen of the Moon Oracle. That's where I get the oracles from. And my tarot deck is the Light Seers.
Oh, nice. I'm using What We Have Forgotten, and an old deck by Doreen Virtue that I don't think is in print anymore.
Yeah, I was going to say, that looked like an oldie but goodie there.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite decks. Thanks for being here, Annie Bear. We love you.
Thank you, Annie.
Oh, Gloria, I didn't see. I must have missed everybody. Okay, well, then we've got one more after this, Gloria, too.
Okay, so we'll start with
read for Denise, and then we've got Gloria. Yeah. Denise, is your mom or your grandma on the other side? Because you're getting the same card. She's been coming in all day, this lady. So we've got people on the other side working overtime for us, people. Oh, I pulled blessings from your angels, your guides, and your grandparents. And then I pulled unconditional love. So they're just surrounding you, Denise, and all sorts of love. I feel like you can feel them all around you. And you've also got people on the other side that you probably knew when you were a child. So that could be grandparents, that could be people that are in your same age group or even younger as well. But you got so much love coming in, kiddo, all around you.
Denise, you are doing the work. You are doing some work. When we talked about working through the shadows to get to the light, I feel like these cards are just screaming that she is doing the work. And you have help around you, and you're being applauded for your tenacity and your willingness to do the work. I'm getting that message. And so I want to do something interesting because I read runes.
Yes.
So I want to pull a rune. Okay. So this is the rune called Jira. And Jira is the rune of year or a harvest. It also can be peace and rewards. So the overall message I'm getting for you, Denise, is that you are putting in the work, the hard stuff right now. And what you're doing now you will end up harvesting the rewards of that work within a year from now. Things are going to reflect all the work you're putting in today. So you're being encouraged to, and one of the cards that I did get was work through the darkness, right? And you're being applauded. I feel like you're really being applauded. And imagine where you're going to be in a year.
Well, she says she had a near-death experience when she was in 6th grade. I feel like some of those spirits that you met on the other side, like I don't know if it was Yeshua or who it was, but somebody pretty powerful, Denise. And that, they say there's a great ecstasy when we have the NDEs. And I feel like with what Cindy's saying, particularly that you're going back into that nirvana. Just beautiful. Yeah. Amazing. And then we have Gloria. I'm so sorry I missed you, Gloria. A lot of times when I'm talking, I'm not seeing. Okay, Gloria, was it just a general reading, or did you have a particular thing that you wanted today? Oh, here it is. A message from the guides and opportunities. I did have it. I apologize. I did star it and I missed it. Okay. Any messages from your guides? Oh, about new opportunities. Yeah. I feel like your head's kind of in the clouds in a good way. I love being in the clouds. They're definitely saying aim high. Go ahead, Cindy. I'll pull some cards.
I'm kidding. It's just, they say just to say it. I'm getting this do. I'm loving it. I don't know why, Gloria. Maybe that song means something to you, or it's a tune that you've heard, or you're going to hear that tune and look at something and go, oh, I remember that from the reading, and look at what this is. Maybe it's a clue for you if you hear that kind of tune to pay attention to what you're seeing when that comes up. I don't know, but wow, lots of opportunities. And I almost feel like it's opportunities with family or friends. So
Ooh, I like
I'm
that.
wondering if it's somebody that's closer to you. I'm in the cloud. That's my favorite. Okay. So I think that maybe it's, yeah, there's opportunity right there with people around you. And then I'll pull a rune.
Oh,
Level 2 Reiki. Okay.
Gloria, she just completed her Reiki level 2. Oh, girl, Reiki will open you up. I'll tell you what. Yeah, love that.
Oh my gosh, I can't. What are the chances? We got Jira again. This must be what, we talked when we started about planting the seeds now of things to come.
Yeah.
So I feel like this rune is saying that you're going to harvest all this hard work. You're going to start to see it really coming to fruition within a year or around a year, and that there'll be rewards for it. So, yeah. And I feel like that you really are enjoying it. And so that's important too.
Yeah, I got synchronicities. So I do feel like things are going to start falling into your lap, Gloria. Like you'll know that you're on the right path because everything's clicking. Everything's coming up roses, they're saying now. So sacred purpose. So you're following your path, you're following your dharma, and your dharma is your sacred purpose. It means like you found what you're here to do in this lifetime. So I do feel like you're really, really on your path. Just a beautiful energy. Yeah. So good luck with the Reiki and make it your own. They're just pointing out. I'm Reiki 4, but I also do it with crystals and stones. So and they just want me to point that out, and they're saying, "Yep." But so you might want to make it a little different than what other people do because you've got it inside you and you've done it before. Oh, she has tears right now. Then our path, we're happy because we're empaths. That's an empath party. Not because we make people cry, but
No, one other thing I just wanted to point out on this
Yeah.
card. Do you see all the kids running around here, that childlike energy?
Yeah.
If you are feeling like a kid who's enjoying playing, then you know you're going the right direction.
Yep. I love that. Yeah. Yeah. That childlike wonder, joy
Yeah.
and wonder. Well, thank you so much, Cindy. And if people want to reach you, where will they go?
Find me on YouTube. I'm a midlife psychic, and I'm just right on my own YouTube channel is Midlife Psychic, and I do different kinds of readings in, like I said, spiritual storytelling almost. So I hope to see everybody there, and let me know what you think. And I hope the readings resonated today for everybody.
Yeah, I hope so. All right, everybody. Have a great day and we'll see y'all later.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Terry. Appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, Cindy. So